All right. So you watched the video. I think that's a very good one. And now you kind of have an idea about the experiment that helped determine that light indeed is a wave. So when a beam of light passes through the two slits, the resulting waves interfere with each other as they spread out, as you can see in this image. And if it is constructive or destructive depends on the path lengths that were traveled. And you can see that as a series of bright or and dark lines. And that is our evidence that light is a wave. But light is also a particle. So to review, which has the longest wavelength? Is it X-rays, visible, or infrared? The answer is C. Which has the highest frequency? X-rays, visible, or infrared? Remember, they are inversely proportional. So the answer is A, X-rays. Which has the highest energy? X-rays, visible, or infrared? Frequency and energy are directly proportional, which means that the answer for the third question will be A. Which electromagnetic radiation has wavelengths on the order of the sizes of atoms? In other words, which ones are the size of atoms? Well, we know it's not A and B, right? Because we can see objects as large. And if you go back a few slides, you can see that picture that we had. The size of an atom is about the same size of an X-ray. So the answer is C. Now, the energy of light. So short wavelengths and high frequency electromagnetic radiation is higher in energy. And so the question is, how do we explain that with the wave model? According to the wave model, higher energy would mean a higher intensity, but that's not the case. So light is a wave with frequency, a wavelength, and speed. However, wave nature of light does not explain some phenomena. There are other phenomena that it cannot explain. So we need another model that treats light like a particle. And because it has properties of both waves and particles. So obviously the evidence from the diffraction experiment fits well with the wave model, but there are other things involving light. And so light is a particle. And the experiment that helped to conclude that statement is called the photoelectric effect. So you're going to do a little animation lab on this, but the gist of it is you have metals, they emit electrons, and they emit electrons when electromagnetic radiation shines on the surface. So what is happening is the light is transferring energy to the electrons at the surface, and then it is transformed into kinetic energy, and that gives the electrons enough energy to leave. Now, this is something that is a part of our everyday life. We have photo cells, photo multipliers, garage door openers, anything where light hits, and then that causes a reaction. That is where you can find the photoelectric effect. So what I want you to do is to look at the photoelectric effect, because the question is, why does adding energy allow electrons to escape? And what is keeping them in the atoms? And so if you're adding light, that means you're adding energy. And so there's got to be enough energy to overcome the attractive force that's keeping the electrons. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to check out the photoelectric effect applet There are a few questions that you have to go through. Make sure you read carefully and seriously play around with it so that you kind of get the basic understanding.